Omiok, Katuyis. In the distance, we have the Sweetgrass Hill. And looking at the beauty of the land, you see the river, you see the trees. We look at the hoodoos, we look at the cliffs, and how the stones were used to record a way of life. And this is where it began.
Áísínai'pi. It is pictured, also known as writing on stone. For thousands of years, the Blackfoot people and other nations came to this sacred place. What drew them here? What did they experience? And what compelled them to reach out and carve into the stone? This is one of the greatest collections of indigenous rock art in North America. Petroglyphs etched in stone and pictographs painted with natural pigments. There are few who still know their secrets. Blackfoot elder Saakokoto, or Randy Bottle, shares his knowledge of the valley.
For thousands of years, the ancestors were coming through this area. I believe it's difficult sometimes to really explain the magic and the mysteries of where we are.
It is believed this place connects the physical world with the spirit one. Do the spirits still live among the hoodoos? What is that essence that can only be felt by standing in the sandstone, where the birds and the wind and the pictures all have so much to say?
They would start looking for signs all along this valley. Like Áísínai'pi, our ancestors. And this is what's really important, is to learn what we can from them. We talk about the heartbeat of Na'a, Mother Earth. And this is where it is. We talk about the spirit of the land, the spirit of our ancestors, and this is where we find all that information on the stone. We often think about that skill that they had. Is that something that still exists today? I know in my heart it is still there. A skill, a blessing that we will never lose. We share many experiences here. We all see things differently. Sometimes we hear things that are very difficult to explain, and this is where we feel the magic and some of the mysteries about this area, and also the ceremonies that were performed in this valley. And they knew sometimes in the future that all of this information would be used by our people. The ancestors knew where to look for signs that will give them direction on things that they need to know. And this is where they really depend on the spirits of the land to give them direction. But we have to always go into our inner spirit, our heart.
It is believed that there is more rock art that will remain undiscovered, that they were never meant to be found, but those that have been found, that can be seen, they possess lessons and stories unique to this place. The battle scene. The single largest petroglyph in writing on stone has over 250 depictions of camps, horses, warriors, and guns. The drawings themselves are so faint, they're only visible in a certain light. And what exactly happened here is not our place to say.
A long time ago.
This is one of the trails that the ancestors used.
And this is for the ancestors, especially when they're going off to battle. They would come through here and look for messages.
And a man by the name of Bird Rattle, Sawanan, was his Blackfoot name. But how it was recorded was based on stories that were shared with him, and his recollection of a battle that took place a long time ago. Sure, some nations were in conflict. This is an area that is of great importance to all nations. But we learned from that. It's history. We need to share that knowledge, those stories. We look at the perfection of what was left behind by the ancestors. Some say it's very sacred. And some say sometimes it's not the ancestors that make their mark on the stone.
Unfortunately, vandalism to the petroglyphs has resulted in most of them now being protected in a restricted archaeological preserve. Bearing witness to them can be in itself a spiritual experience.
Circles were very important to our people. Circles was a way of life. To truly understand the messages that were left behind,
sometimes they go out on the land looking for answers.
connection with the Creator. Áísínai'pi was our way of life as to how you make your mark. These are the stories that have been handed down for thousands of years, as we need to ensure that future generations will learn from this. And these teachings need to go on so that we can maintain our way of life. And as a Blackfoot person, I'm so proud to be able to share this information and to let people know how we existed, how we survived. Áísínai'pi is a beautiful place to be.
O Creator, be near us today. Take pity on us, all people included. Also, I pray for all creatures who roam the earth, all birds and all sea creatures. everything on earth to remain the way it should be, all unfortunate people to acquire their needs, for all people to have a good life, good health. Also, I ask for a long life to raise my children to adulthood, to escape harm, and to have all my necessities taken care of.